Hello, it's Aubrey Shepherd with John Rule on the 15th of September 2014. Let's look at photos from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Oh boy, what a bunch of pods.
Yeah, that's
milkweed pods.
That's on the. Those are no longer there. Part of that area's been mowed, and those may have been dug up and transplanted already.
Yeah.
And that's rosette, whatever grass I called it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can see the rosettes.
And they're actually a native winter grass.
Oh.
So, okay, you recognize that?
Onothera?
Onothera, yeah. Showy.
Evening primrose.
Evening primrose, yes. Okay. And I showed that for the
basket flower.
Yeah, the pretty part's about gone, but
the basket's there.
Yeah, and you can tell how wonderful the basket is.
Beautiful.
That's something unusual. Most flowers have crummy little baskets that the seeds grow in. Watershed Conservation Resource Center is the group working on that land across from Baum Stadium and moving native plants down to the stream side. You see the green area
marked off.
Well, that's the area that they're going to manage. Mm-hmm. And the rest of that yellow area is where the apartments are.
Right. And
parking goes over. This is an old shot of that same area. You can see the road goes there, 15th Street and so forth. And
right.
See those prairie mound blurbs there, those little white areas? That's where mounded prairie, that's what it's called. Right. And that's a topper worm. What's that on it there?
Those are parasitic eggs laid by wasps, I guess.
Yeah, and they eat
different
those
types
things.
Of wasps.
Okay, some pretty women here. They were working on the part of the town branch that's up on the university campus, upstream from my house on Duncan, and it's they call it College Branch in there. But it's yeah, some beautiful. What is this?
I don't know.
It's a bush.
Yeah.
A shrub. And
did it escape, you think, from
beautiful? Well, it may not be native, but the point is it's right on the edge of the native planting on there. See, they've got the sign.
I see.
What's it say? Do not mow. I wish we had that on every stream bank in our city, maybe in America. Let the native plants grow, and they've restored them.
Let the water be preserved and cleaned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And this is?
Two different kinds of purple coneflower.
Right.
And
very different.
They're very different, but they're both Echinacea family. And here's some of the people working. They're pulling out the non-native grass and plugging in native grass.
Well,
and
good.
Here's the Rudbeckia family. What do you call it? Black-eyed Susan.
Yeah.
And it's also a coneflower. And there you can see.
Right.
See, that guy's just measured the water quality there. She's looking at the book and looking at the meter to see how dirty it is, and what's growing in it, I guess. And you can see they had their little wagon down there. Those wagons like that are great. Here's a description of the College Branch watershed. You're in the College Branch watershed. This is Bob Kalk. He's a major player with environmental matters in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And he was there helping. His wife's there. You can see Sandy Formica in the yellow there down in the stream on the other side of that trail on the campus. There you see some milkweed plants. See that right there? That's one of the plants dug up from down at the Razorback Road. Yeah. And they transplanted it up there. Just hoping it'll live long enough
that looks
to
like
make seed.
That's not that larva, was that?
Yeah, okay, that's Sandy Formica, and that's Dr. Pete Heinzelman, who's working hard there. He's retired MD, who's actually checked on my wrist and thumb. I don't know what else, leg, ankle or something maybe. It does that kind of work. Anyway, what are these, John?
Well, they're gone.
But you showed me pictures you made of the same plant.
Well, that's cardinal flower.
Yeah. Okay.
They love the water.
Yeah. And we had, until next time, we'll talk about some more things here. Aubrey Shepard on the 15th of September, and John Rule is helping me identify some of these plants on here, and then we'll talk about a couple other things. This is the Regional National Cemetery Improvement Corporation's race route. Notice it's flat and different. It goes around the cemetery twice, goes down the new trail to Razorback Road almost behind the Chick-fil-A, turns around and comes back. This is Ron Butler. He's president of the regional group, and that shows the race brochure for this year. And it's coming up in the first week of November, or second Saturday. This is the milk vine,
Milk
yeah,
vine.
Senantium levy there. Okay, I guess I made a few pictures from the square, and actually, you know, I didn't know what I selected.
Is that a monarch?
That is a monarch, and it's on the square. And well, you saw some there a few weeks ago on a Saturday. We were down here, right? And there are caterpillars.
Wasn't there a song about them, larva or something like that?
Yeah, there's something. Yeah, there's some lady's name, I guess. But there's a monarch. So they're actually monarchs this year. I would say that more are here than last year at this time. So let's hope they all, they're young, that they produce now. Or
was that a coreopsis we just saw?
Yeah.
Seed?
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's a little, and it's on some relative or actual, what do you call them? Flower.
Yes, I just forgot.
Yeah, okay.
I just forgot. There are lots of them right now.
That particular one, I'm not sure, but it's another one of the yellow composites, they call them. And here's little blue stem grass with what you call it? Yeah. You recognize those?
Yes.
A lot of them on the stem. It's Liatris.
Liatris. You got two old men with bad memories.
Yeah, it's the rough blazing star in that particular species it's called. Right. And this is one of the tiny pink things up there on the mountain. And here's big blue stem at left. There's some little blue stem now here in this picture. And that's more Liatris. And there's little blue stem that's going to seed. That's little flowering parts. And those things just kind of blow away, and they're so tiny I can't even see them when I'm looking at it. That's two stems of big blue stem growing side by side. So instead of having, it makes it look like about eight seed parts. And here's a shot from the trail looking toward the Pinnacle Food Factory. And here's one looking in a slightly different direction, showing you this is Indian grass and more tick-seed coreopsis in the background. And
that looks like related to the lightning bug family.
Yes, it does. That's the
same kind of
soldier
over goldenrod.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, soldier beetle is what it's called. And there's a lot of soldier beetle families
They
too.
do a lot of
procreating. Do you see a spider? Little spider. And if you could see that spider better, he's actually looks red around the edges. I don't know if it's he reflects what he's on.
He's a crab spider.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a bumblebee, a pretty small bumblebee. You recognize that?
Bone set behind it?
Your bone sets behind it, and then you saw one of the weeds that's very important in the winter, because not only does it have flowers sometimes into November, when the first freeze comes, it has frost around the
Frost
bottom.
flowers, right.
And so it's Verbicina virginica.
My son-in-law asked me what kind of flower it was, and and 2 or 3 years ago, and I said it was beautiful, curling and so forth up from little dead leaves and all. I said, well, that's ice. He couldn't believe it.
Ice plant. Not to be confused.
Frostflower.
Not to be confused with the ice plant that makes the ice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's great. Well, this is an interesting time of year. The pawpaws fell in the last heavy rain with some wind at night, so forth, and I brought a bag in. They're a very interesting plant, and for a while they were trying to make a cancer drug with the tree. And there are lots of the kind that are up on the corners of the square are not the same as the local native pawpaws. And very, very interesting plant. I believe you can tie a knot in a strip of its bark, stuff like that, you know.
But the best thing is the fruit is it's a
custard apple, yeah.
What do you call them? Papaya.
Papaya, I like papaya.
And people love papayas, but they don't even know about the native pawpaws, which taste almost identical.
You can pick them up. They're very green, and peel them lightly, and some people freeze them and keep them in the winter to eat. They really love them.
Oh, yeah. And I'd like to see more of them growing in town. There are some. Anyway, until next time, I hope those of you who are going on the trip to New York enjoy it. See ya.